So it's that time of month again for another one of these stupid videos. It is the end of January, and gosh, it's been pretty interesting. Uh, I lost a bunch of time after what? So I was hospitalized in December. And actually, my stay in the hospital is interesting. I noticed that like the different hospital staff, they had like different colored uniforms depending on what their function is. It is kind of like Star Trek, except that there's no spaceship, and we weren't going anywhere, and the people just were helping people who had a bad day, like myself. And actually, it really wasn't like Star Trek at all, I guess. But anyhow, so then I was hospitalized. I took sick leave to recuperate. I had a nice winter vacation. Spent about a week at the in-laws' place, and then my first week back to work, then my daughter caught the flu, and then I caught the flu from her. And it was a 3-day weekend, and so then I was ordered to stay home the whole rest of the next week. So, yeah, and plus it's been some rain and snow, and I didn't really have much opportunity to open up the window for doing airbrushing and such. And frankly, I've really haven't been doing a whole lot of modeling. Been playing a bunch of games and such recently. But yeah, I have been doing some modeling. I'll talk about that later. But there's something I need to show you. Now, it's possible many of you have heard about this this Hillary Clinton video on the dark web involving some rather evil stuff. Well, I saw it, and I'm going to show it to you. So it's quite possible my YouTube channel could be completely zorched for showing you this, but the truth needs to get out. So grab a wastebasket in case you puke, because it is rather disgusting. So make sure there's no children in the room. So here it is. Yeah, pretty nasty, isn't it? Wow, so disturbing. Gosh, cannibalism, eating babies, that's disgusting. Wow, who would have thought, huh? Boy. So, oh, by the way, before we go any further into this video, for the token 2 or 3 buttheads who always downvote my videos, please make sure to hit that thumbs down video button right now, and make sure if you're subscribed or not, and if you are, make sure you go ahead and hit the unsubscribe button while you're at it, because you're a cockapoo head. So, oh, I saw the Star Wars movie. Oh my gosh, the Revenge of Skywalker, or Rising, or the Last Revenge of Skywalker Rising, I think it's called. I really wasn't paying attention, but oh my gosh, it was like the best Star Wars movie ever. And I cried, and just kidding, I didn't watch that stupid train wreck of a movie. Mandalorian is great though, so far. I haven't finished watching it, but I'm really concerned. I've heard rumors that they're going to try to use the second season of Mandalorian as a way of justifying them putting the Emperor into that most recent movie, which I'm not going to watch unless you pay me lots of money to see. I really hope that they don't try to use that show with its popularity and its purity of like capturing that Return of the Jedi type of ambiance that everybody loves, and trying to use that as a crutch to try to justify those god-awful movies. I came across this really interesting video. It was, I guess it was put out by Lucasfilm, and it was, they're kind of like just, patting themselves on the back and, self-congratulatory crap. And, well, just I'll just show you a little bit of it so you can see what the type of people who they are marketing Star Wars towards these days.
I watched all the films when I was growing up because I always had an interest in like sci-fi and like fantasy stuff, and Star Wars is nicely both. But I just didn't feel like Star Wars was really for someone like me. And like me, I mean like someone who is Black. And so for a long time, I just didn't engage with it. And then The Force Awakens came out and there was Finn, and I was like, oh my God, it's finally like someone who looks like me.
Hello, what have we here?
What the hell? Oh, and there's another person. Check this one out too.
Because it's like, how is it to love something that you don't see yourself in? And so finally, for you to be acknowledged that you exist in a galaxy that's so diverse to begin with, but there isn't a plus-size Latina woman in all galaxy at all, like, that's hard to believe.
Yeah, dear God, what a mentality these people have, huh? Check this out. Here's a movie called Raise the Red Lantern, directed by the critically acclaimed Zhang Yimou. And it's a movie about a college girl who has to drop out due to a death in her family to basically become a concubine for a rich man. And as she sees the evil that happens with wealth and power and everything. It's a really sad movie, except that there's no overweight bald white guys in the movie. So really, this movie's useless to me. Here's a Korean movie called The Classic, and this is a real heart-wrenching story of friendship and a love triangle and the conflict of war, and it's a real tearjerker, but there's no pudgy bald white guys in it, so screw it. I can't get invested in that. Here's a movie by Stephen Chow. It's another Chinese movie, Kung Fu Hustle. It is a really high speed, kind of Looney Tunes inspired kung fu movie that is really fantastic, except that, sorry, there's no bald white guys, and especially no bald white guys with glasses. So I just can't be bothered with that movie either. So what I'm getting at is this is the epitome of this narcissistic generation, this daycare generation. Everything is about me. I have to be able to identify with people who look exactly like me. Otherwise, forget it. No. It's funny because, like, what was it, 12 or so years ago, James Cameron came out with that the Avatar movie, and everybody wanted to be one of those blue Navi guys, and you could connect with those blue aliens more than you could the human race people. But yet, in just that short decade since that movie came out, look at these people. This is the people who've come of age, who everything has to be about them, and they have to see themselves reflected on entertainment in order for them to enjoy it. Otherwise, forget it. Especially that one dumb girl who didn't even pay attention to the fact that, there was Lando Calrissian in Star Wars back in 1980, and then there was also that, Captain Binaka, the throat spray guy. What's his name? He was in the Phantom Menace, and then there was Mace Windu, and no, Finn. He's the first black guy ever to be in a Star Wars movie. They don't know shit about crap, but yet Lucasfilm is focusing their movies on this crowd of people, and they just forget about us. I have a freaking Zvezda Star Destroyer that it's going to be so big, once I build it, I wouldn't even know where to put it. But, screw me. They don't need me, right? They don't. I've been a Star Wars fan ever since I first saw Empire Strikes Back in the theater when I was 4 years old, and then later I saw the first movie when it was re-released, and they don't care about me. No, they want these these vain, narcissistic, stupid kids who don't know about Star Wars at all. So that's why they don't get my money. And anybody who tells me, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. These movies are great." Yeah, just hyperspace into Star Destroyers and wipe out a fleet. Just kamikaze. Yeah, that's always been feasible up until now. I don't want to hear it. Sorry. It's just if for me, Jurassic Park movies. If I see dinosaurs like scaring people, then I'm fine with it. I'm not really emotionally invested. So I understand that there are, I have like a friend who that's about the level of investment in Star Wars as that he cares about, and for him, whatever. I think he likes Godzilla movies probably more. That's okay, I guess, but just don't tell me that these movies are great, because they suck. They totally suck. So let's talk about some models and crap. First, I got something super duper cool from somebody recently, and I would like to show that to you right now. So let's get started with that. All right, so I got a letter from a YouTube user called blah blah blah. That's funny, huh? Okay, so he sent me this letter, and basically he says, just wanted to thank you for your channel. It really has encouraged me to re-engage with the hobby. For so long I was completely hung up on the whole perfection and building mantra, and it was only after finding your channel that I truly realized that it's a hobby that's supposed to be relaxing and fun, and frustrating as hell at times, warts and all. For that, you have my heartfelt thanks. I've been an amateur historian for most of my life, even doing Civil War reenacting for a number of years. I've heard you talk about flying tigers many times, and respect your knowledge and love of the subject. For all these reasons, I think you, more than anyone else I know, would appreciate the enclosed bloodshed signed by Tex Hill. I had the honor of meeting both Tex and Morgan of Memphis Belle fame at Wings Over Houston in 2005, if I recall correctly. All I can say is that the world is much poorer without men like Tex and Bob Morgan. I wish you and your family prosperous, healthy 2020. So, now of course this is just a replication, and and yes, it is a little bit faded, but you can see here. It says to Mike. So what I'm going to do is gonna scratch that out, write my name. I'm teasing. I'm not going to do that. All the best, Tex Hill, Squadron Leader, 2nd Squad, AVG Flying Tiger. Is that cool or what? Really, I was just kind of like just blown away that I got this, and so. Mike, thanks so much for this. This is just amazing that I have something signed by Tex Hill. That is just really, really cool. So that, gosh, yeah, thank you so much. I'm kind of speechless, but that is just super, super duper neato. And thank you so much for that. Alright, so I think I'd like to show you models I've gotten, okay? So let's do that next. So for the month of January, I thought I was going to just take it easy and not get anything. But I ended up doing so. Alright, now this is from a company called UltraCast in Canada, eh? See? UltraCast. And you're not seeing my address because I probably don't like you that much. And so look at this. I got 1, 2, 3 P40 seats for the Curtis Warhawk. This is going to be from the P40B to the M variants, and that is neat, I think. Now, they only have stuff in 48 scale. I don't know why they don't have anything in 72nd scale, because that's kind of a wasted opportunity, but whatever. It's their company, so they could do whatever they want. I'm just saying, you know, whatever. So, don't mind me. Let's just take one of these little fellows out and take a super duper close look at how extremely neat it is. Oh my gosh. And I can zoom now because thanks to the camera that Gyrus gave me, because he's so super neato. Look at that, it autofocuses and everything. Well, here you go. So you got this, you know, hold on. Where's my scriber? Dude, I had it out earlier today. So like, where is it? Right? Oh, caca poo poo pants. Alright, here it is. Alright, so we got a little tiny little bit of flash. Just bust that out of here. And so we got these beautiful seats with these neato seat belts. Very, very clear. Very, very easy to understand what you're looking at here. That's very nice. That is very nice. So I got enough for 6 different Warhawks in 48 scale. And I was thinking, because I have 3 Hobbycraft 3 Hobbycraft / Academy 48 scale P40 Warhawks. I was thinking of doing just like just what would you call it? Just a build of a whole bunch of them all together, and do them as different Flying Tigers planes. So yeah, you just what? Actually, oh, that's nice, actually. I'm not going to have to saw this off. It looks like this can be cut off rather easily. And there's no injection points right here on top either, so it just, that is super neato. I like it. I like it. So yeah, I have 6 of these things now. So 3 of them, yeah, definitely. Maybe the other one, I haven't looked at my Bronco kit, see if it's going to be worth using this on there or not, but that is really nice, fine quality, I think, and I'm happy. Alright, let's move on. Move on. And I'm going to put these away. So yeah, now that I have these, heck, I'm going to start on my my trio, because I have, what, 2 of them are in the Academy, and one of them is the original Hobbycraft box, but it's all the same kit. All right, so speaking of P40 Warhawks, I went ahead and bought myself one of these. So it's hard to find this here in Japan, actually. P40B/C Hawk 81, which is just a Warhawk. And so this is Charles Older's number 68, the Hells Angels. And that's interesting. There's no Hells Angels decal on there. Or maybe it's just only on that one side, maybe, I guess. Okay. Well, let's open this up. I already kind of looked at this. So it says ages 14 and up. Do you hear that, YouTube? Do you hear that, YouTube? You and your Kappa bullcrap. My channel is for ages 14 and up. I don't want any little immature kids, because they're a bunch of doo-doo brains. Cucka stinky poo-poo doo-doo brains. And they're not mature enough, because they're all dumb and stuff. Alright? So if you're a kid, stop watching. Now check this out. This is like really weird. This is like kind of like Revell kind of did with their I don't know. This is kind of strange. Kind of strange. I could do like, man, this is like hardly any parts to this whatsoever. So look, check this out. You got like the fuselage is solid. which that's cool because you've got like, you know, no parting lines hardly here at all, right? God, actually, I can probably sand that down a bit. But apparently this is a snap kit? What does it say? I don't know. I could do like a super fast build on this, I think. Yeah, man. So... Oh, do you like this in the background here? This is Nadia. I'm doing a resin kit of Nadia. You're not going to see a video on this because it's kind of peekaboo, as you can see. Like I said, this video is not for kids, right? My channel is not for kids. So you got the intake here. That's all one solid piece. So it was like really, really minimal. So I was talking with Jared, Rebels of Cloud9, and he said, yeah, it's a pretty simple kit. It's like the cockpit has like hardly any detail whatsoever, right? It's got like this tiny little joke of a flight yoke. It's just like a stick. It's like a frickin' Harry Potter's broomstick has more detail than that. Harry Potter. Harry Palmer. And his favorite broomstick. Alright. Let's open up the decals. So you got two different options here. Look at that, they taped it. That's nice, actually. That is kind of nice. Took that extra step, I think, to protect the decals, merp. Dude, I can like totally just do this, like bang this out real fast. I bet. Just have to do the camo scheme, right? And so, as you can see, there's options for Charles Older's number 68 Chinese Air Force. The roundels are the same size, apparently. 10. No, maybe they're not. Are they? I think these are a little bit slightly different, so that's good, actually. So you got the number P8143. Shark mouths are nice. It's got the nice detail on the you're gonna see these on the landing gears. And they got this boring ass British. You know, who cares about that? I mean, tech. I'm a Flying Tigers guy, you know, so sorry, Britain. Sorry, England people. I'm not gonna build it. Now, I did see something weird with the seat. I don't know what that's about. What are you doing with the seat here? Oh, look at that. Orc Earth. Look at that. Orc? Orc? What is that? Is that a word? Orc Earth. Hey, thank you. You got this in Mr. Hobby Aqueous. Alright, so you got the Gunze. Yeah, so the white is the Hobby Aqueous, and then the black is the Mr. Color. That's cool. That is cool. And you got the dark green, which is number 302. I think that's in a set, I think. Anyhow, I've been using Tamiya for the Flying Tigers colors. I'll probably just stick to that, I guess. Alright, so, as I was saying, and then you got like the gray on the bottom here. And then here's that the British version, which I'm not going to build. I'm going to do 3rd Squadron in China. They forgot to capitalize C. The 3rd AVG Squadron, you goofballs. Alright. Some paints may not be available in your country. Anyhow, if that's the case, I don't want to hear about it. I'm not seeing anything about that, those weird holes in the seat here. I don't get it, man. What is going on? What is going on? So if you look at the seat here, you got like these holes. Look at them. I can grab my scraper again because I'm so scraper happy. You see that? What is this? Dude, what are you even doing here? What is this crap? I mean, really? And so what am I going to do for this? What? What? You tell me now. I don't see anything about the... Oh my gosh. There's nothing for the front console. Option. What's that for? Oh, okay, you could do it with a closed canopy or an open canopy. Although, the inside of the canopy is going to be a little bit... no, the inside of the cockpit's going to be a little bit embarrassing to look at, so I probably would not bother, I don't think, having it open. So, especially because, yeah, the console, there's nothing there. I'm going to have... I might have to feel obligated to scratch that up or something. And see, that's like, look at this. It's like it's curved and everything, right? So, what goes on there? Let's look at the... Yeah, there's nothing built into there at all. So, WTF? Okay, that is weird. That is kind of really goofy weird. So anyhow, I might have to look at some other stuff for reference, but this should be what I thought was going to be a quick build. It looks like I'm going to have to try to scratch some detail there. I might want to add seatbelts. What the hell, right? Well, so there you go. There is that kit. Kind of wanted to start out right away, but now I'm like, I do know. Yeah. Alright, so... Or maybe I can use some Oimaru and just copy the from another kit, maybe. See if it'll fit inside there somehow. Anyhow, moving on. Move on. Move on.
Move on. Move on.
This is something I've wanted for a while. R2-Q2. Now this droid shows up twice in episode 4, A New Hope. First time you see him, he's on the Tantive 4, Princess Leia's Corellian Corvette, aka the Blockade Runner, with this guy. And there's also a model of him, and I didn't get him, but 2,000 yen. Okay, so backstory here. I went to go to stay at the family's place in Nagano Prefecture, and that was for New Year's. And so New Year's Day I didn't go anywhere, but the second I was kind of antsy. I wanted to go out and do something, and so I wanted to get some supplies too, because I have like a little setup for modeling at the in-laws place. And it's weird because I could have sworn I left some paintbrushes at the house in that room, and when I got there they were gone. So I don't know what the hell. Maybe my crazy father-in-law did something with them. I have no idea. But yeah, weird, really weird. Unless I put them in a box somewhere, I just couldn't find them. So anyhow, I got like a whole bunch of Tamiya paintbrushes at a store called Igaya, which is in Ida, and that's like really southern Nagano Prefecture, like getting close to Gifu Prefecture. And so I picked up this kit there on a whim. So check this out. Here's the picture of R2-Q2. See this is where the rebel fleet troopers have been arrested, right? And then he shows up later in the movie, though, because he is the astromech in Red 3, Biggs' X-Wing. So, yeah, it's really the same. I mean, it even it just says R2-D2 on here even, right? So this is cool because I have seen people complaining about these astromech kits, like, but this is one of my ideas, and I gave it to, I mentioned it to the Bandai guy, and he said, "Oh, that's a great idea. This is like years ago." And so then after that, they started popping out these droid kits. I'm super happy because you can just do like different color variants and have fun, or you know, make your own. Make your own, right? You don't have to make them look exactly like the droids in the movie. You know, you can paint them all sorts of colors, all sorts of creative colors, like red, blue, yellow, green.
Green is not a creative color.
I'm sorry. I guess green isn't that of a creative color after all. I'm sorry about that. And anyhow. Unlike the original R2-D2, this only comes with stickers, which, yeah, that's unfortunate. However, you could just use these stickers as masks, and then that way you can just peel them off, and then there you go. Problem solved, hopefully, right? So that's what I can do. Yeah, so I might do that. So, Model Graphics Magazine has shown plenty of these droids getting lit up with LEDs, and that would be something cool to try out as well. Check this out. So I've already started on the P48, or I'm sorry, the P40, and so I just assembled this little back part here onto it. And it is considerably different. Really nice resin seats. Okay, so as for other resin stuff, I ordered off of eBay from a seller. I got a 148 Aces 2 ejection seat. And so the Aces 2 ejection seat is for like is used in many things like the F-16, the F-15. I know I also use it for like the YF-23. And oh my gosh, it looks like it kind of busted off a little bit. Is there a little loose part rattling around in here? I don't know, is that it? No, I guess it's not too noticeable. But see, there's like a little... Oh, for Bob's sake. This is just... something just crumbled off here. Jeez. I don't even... What is it? What is it? Oh my crap. Oh, here it is. Jeez, I'm gonna have to re-glue this apparently. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up and keep it safe, put it in some tissues or something. Well, nice detail otherwise, but it just seems to be a little bit fragile. I'm gonna have to be careful when I cut this off. So unlike that beautiful H-shaped, this is just all totally solid resin here, so when I cut this off it's gonna be a bit tricky. Anyhow, I'm gonna have to glue that back together. Alright, so... and I forget the name of the seller on eBay that I found this at, but anyhow, so I also got some decals, and it's freaking taped to the inside of the box for some dumbass reason. Jeez, I don't need it to be that secure. Alright, I'm gonna peel this ugly crap off. Alright, so YouTube, what's his name, Hogs? He told me about this. JASDF 15DJ Eagle Aggressor 2013. Oh my gosh, and it's cartograph. Alright, I need to change the battery, and I'll show you this. Alright, back to this. DXM, double excellent model. It's double excellent. Alright. That is so cool. That is so beautiful. Alright, let's take a look here. So so now the Aggressor Squadron has that Cobra head, and let's very carefully see, I'm not sure what's going on with this, but here you go. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Dang, Aggressor. Very nice quality. Gosh, Cartograph is like the best as far as I'm concerned. And I think this is probably made for the Hasegawa model. So, okay, these are your standard decals here. Alright, so you have painting guides to do the different versions. You got this black and white one. You got this real angular blue and dark blue color. And oh look, they give the GSI color, and then H is for Humbrol. I thought it was going to be the Aqueous H, but I guess not. And then this one, and then another striking angular looking. That is really cool. I'm definitely going to do this one though. That is beautiful. So that's number 15. Color number 15. I don't have that color actually. I wonder what that is. It just so happens I have. What? This is Mr. Color 15. C15. That is not blue. This is like a Japanese Imperial Nakajima. The Imperial Navy color. They didn't write down the right number. Well, that is a bit disappointing. Oh well. Huh. C15. Oh, I wonder what that really is supposed to be. 315? I don't know. But yeah, super duper neato. Lots of intricate little tiny decals everywhere. Look at all that. So many. They're so tiny. Wow, that's cool. Well, here's an interesting little kit by Waltersons, and this box is all in Japanese. This is a Chinese company. Actually, Waltersons, I believe, is in Hong Kong, and I've actually got to meet Vincent, I believe his name is. I've talked to him a few times, and got to know him through my time at Aoshima, and also, of course, I've gotten to know him more when he's hanging around the Hobby Link Japan booth and such at the trade shows. Anyhow, yes, it's all in Japanese. It's weird. That's for a Chinese company. That's pretty cool. So this is definitely boxed for the Japanese market. So here we have a Blue Nose Bastard here, and it's a P51D Mustang. So this is the third Blue Nose that I have. One is Airfix, one is a Tamiya, and then one is this Waltersons. So skill level 2. I believe this is a snap kit. It says it's bare metal, but it doesn't really look like it too much. But whatever, you be the judge. So that's pretty much it. Let's open this up here. Alright, so yeah, it is bare metal, but it's still really plasticky looking. I mean, you can see the swirls and everything. So this is not like pre-painted or anything. It's just silvery plastic is what this is. With the swirls and such, you definitely want to paint this. Is this... No? Okay, yeah, I don't think I can feel this swirl. It's, that's fine. It's just the way that the plastic flowed through here. Huh. And, obviously you could see these big, locator pegs here. These are, snap pegs. So, yeah, this is a snap kit. And this must be the cockpit. Yeah, I'll leave that alone for now. So, yeah, being a snap kit, it should hopefully be fast to build, but you never know. Snap kits are kind of goofy sometimes. Here's your pilot guy. Not too bad looking. So, yeah, I've seen these kits before at the trade show. I can't remember exactly what the story is with these, but I think they've been around for a while, I think. But this is the first time I've seen these in Japan. At least I got this at my local hobby shop. It's only like 1,000 yen. And I think there's a price tag. Yeah, price tag says 1,000 yen. So we have the drop tank. Pretty nice tire detail. I like that. And here we go. Alright, so instructions are all in Japanese, and that's great. So I think Hobby Japan is, yeah, that's right. I think I've seen their tanks and such on display. I don't really quite remember the airplanes, but in any case, here we have the paints, and they give you AK Interactive, which is alright, I guess. So you get the engine detail. You're going to be building up the engine and putting cowling on there, so that's great, but I don't know. I might just leave it unpainted, because once you put it all together, maybe it doesn't matter. Who knows? But yeah, that would be it. So it's the bubble top canopy here, and the little guy sits in there alright, I suppose. So yeah, alright, let's look at the decals, and they are pretty standard. Nothing big, nothing really detailed at all, but I mean, we have just the basics, so that's great. I don't see any like no step or anything like that kind of features on here, but oh hey, I can open it up. Yeah. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, that's what you get. You got this little Tweety bird looking character with a lightning bolt, which is cool, I guess. PD second is what that is. And I do not see all the kill marks like I see on the box. Let's see, look at all those kill marks there. The little swastikas. Don't see that here at all. So, go figure, huh? Unless there's a second sheet. No, that's it. Well, now. Alright, well, there you go. Long-time subscribers to this channel would recognize this kit. This is Sakura Taisen. This is Sakura's Koubu is what they're called. And this is by Wave. This is Sakura Taisen 2, which I played on the Dreamcast. I guess you can't see that. I never did finish the game, actually. I played the first game twice through. 2.5 times, actually. I played it on the Sega Saturn. Then I played it on the Sega Dreamcast when it was re-released on that. And then I started playing about halfway through Sakura Taisen 2. Never got through it on the Dreamcast. But anyhow, this is by Wave. Now this is actually the second kit I got. It was the multiplex. This has, it's basically every single one You can build any of the Koubus for any of these characters in the game. And but the box I had that this is built is it was just Sakura's. Okay, so I have two, and I never got around to building this one, but it's cool because it has like all of the figures and all of their eyes decals and everything like that. It's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to show you this real quick because it directly relates to what I'm going to show you next. Okay, so this is 1/24th scale. It comes with 24th scale figure, just one of that soft, I think it's ABS plastic of Sakura here. And she was all hand painted by mostly Delta Ceram coats. You can look up the old videos I did of this kit. I really had fun with this. It's pretty enjoyable kit to build. Here we have the kit itself, the Koubu here. Now there is articulation. Okay, now the fingers, you can kind of pose them a little bit, but you know, I wouldn't go out of my way to try to pose them again, really. But yeah, it is articulatable. And actually, gosh, Dorobo Hige, he did like he made one of these things walk. He motorized it so that it will walk, and it's just freaking amazing how he did that. The weathering I did on this was pretty minimal. You know, it's gloss pink. It's mostly like Mr. Color pink with a bit of purple, if I remember right. The sword I did with Alclad chrome, if I remember right. Yeah, it was Alclad. Now the cool thing about this kit is that you have these kill marks here, right? So in English culture, we would do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then cross out 5, right? So here they do the kanji for sho, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's how you write it. So what, she's got 15, 16, 17, 8. She's got 18 kills here. And it's got the Hanegumi. It has a lot of really extra detail to it. It's pretty cool. They got these little warning signs here. The cockpit does not open up. The lenses here do not move. So, but as you can see, you know, it is articulated. It's pretty nice. I did just very, very minimal weathering here along the exhausts here. Kind of touched them up with some of that. I think I used Tamiya weathering. Okay, I really like this fan back here. That's pretty cool. So it says, you know, watch for your head here. Be careful. And then here it says danger. Here there's more caution signs. That's really, really cool. Now these flaps here do not lift up. You just paint it onto the you know, onto the detail. The gold here, the gold and silver, I used Tamiya enamel, and so as a result, like I'm sorry, not Tamiya, Tester's enamel. It will never dry. I mean, it'll always rub off on your fingers, no matter how many years goes by. It's that stuff is just weird. It's no good. I mean, the shine is nice, but whatever. So, well, here you go here, okay? This is it. It's a pretty cool kit. Now, this is out of print, so good luck finding this. But this month, oh my freaking gosh, guys. We now have brand new Sakura Taisen 20th scale. So again, this is 24th scale. This is 20th scale, dudes. Oh my gosh. Sakura Taisen, and it's 2 because the designs are way cooler in the second game, I think. I think Sakura Taisen 2 is what everybody really enjoys. By the way, Wave did do, I think, Sakura Taisen 3 kits as well. And I have the game. I have Sakura... I never got Sakura Taisen 5 for the PS2. I have the first 3 or 4 games on... they're all for the Dreamcast. I've only played the first 2 games. Anyhow, I digress. I am a game nerd. I just don't play games as much as I used to. This is an HG kit. All right, so this is like Gundam style articulation. Okay, Bandai, perfect job. And by the way, if you're into Macross, I know Bandai does Macross Valkyries, but it would be so cool if they would do like the Zentradi battle pods with you know, token Bandai articulation. That would be fantastic. I digress. Oh gosh, you know, I just can't stop droning on and on about nerd crap, right? I guess that's why you like watching these stupid videos. This opens up, and you can see here's Sakura. There is a Sakura figure in here. It says, well, heck, it's even in English here, right? So you got the front, you got the back, weapon holding normal hand parts are included, so you can choose open or closed. The eye camera can be articulated, so the eye cameras move back and forth. Unlike my little friend over here, these will move back and forth. How cool is that? It's cool. All right. The pipes are made of nylon tubes. That's cool. The tubes on the back exhaust ports and each of the rivets have been intricately molded. Isn't that nice? The sword equipped by the Sakura unit is included. Kick ass. Of course, you can expect that, right? So, they have released Sakura and Ogami, who is the protagonist that you play in the game, right? So yeah, you are the ensign Ogami, and you're in charge of this all-female fighting unit. It's steampunk. It's really cool. It's like shoot, before the Showa period. What's that called? Between the... Oh, shoot. Anyhow, it's like in the 1920s or something like that is when it takes place. And, yeah, pretty freaking cool. Alright, let's take a look at the inside. Here is Sakura. So she is 24th scale. And as you can expect, she's a bit bigger than the 24 scale, of course. Now you see her tie is a little bit different here. Now she's sitting, of course. You know, you only get you know, this one, of course, is standing. This one you can actually see her inside the mecha. All right, let's reposition this camera here. This is so cool. Forelocks and ponytail are molded separately, so that's kind of good. Makes it easier to paint, I guess. So, and she's got hoses. Isn't that freaking cool? So yeah, it's really steampunk, right? I mean, these are steam powered mecha, and they've got like hoses and stuff. And so I think they're all like, they have like ESP, or not ESP, but they have like telekinetic like spirit energy, I guess all of them do. And so they have like these hoses that like that hook up into their uniforms, and that's how it powers the mecha, right? So anyhow, she's in a sitting position here, and this is of course that flexible. I'm pretty sure this is ABS. The wave kit figure Sakura is also made of this same flexible stuff. Bandai does this with everything, like the Nadia that I did of the submarine, the Nautilus. It's a pretty old kit. I built that like long time ago. You can see that on my homepage, stevethefish.net. It's pretty old. Anyhow, it's made of this. The Cowboy Bebop swordfish has, you know, a figure made out of this kind of stuff as well. So there you have it with that. Here is the sword, which is kind of flexible actually, which is good. I guess you don't want it to break, I suppose. But yeah, I would like to chrome that up, that's for sure. Now here, you see the interior of the cockpit, and you got these little video screens and stuff. That is cool. Obviously this is the inside here, and then I think the cameras are going to be swiveling back and forth. So that's what these things are. I think they're going to be holding it in place, maybe. I'm not sure. I have a weird idea of just making a static figure and having these lighted up, like cutting out the screens and filling them in with resin or something. That's my idea. Go figure. You know, that's just what I think I might do. And anyhow, so everything is molded here in gold. As you can see, the gold parts are gold. Blah blah blah. Here are the interior parts here. The sides. So this is like this circle here is that plugs into there, right? So they have their arms, and their legs are also, you know, they control the arms and legs, and their spirit energy just kind of takes over the rest. Oh, here we go. Nice pink color. It's a bit lighter color than like what I did with this. Again, this is like a custom color that I made. I kind of like this color better. I was using the wave instructions, painting instructions, but here it's what the Teikoku Kagekidan across here, right? It's got this decal here. There's a lot of detail that I don't think you're gonna get decal wise in this kit because dude, unfortunately the only decals you get are for her eyes. Now here are these nylon tubes. That's pretty darn cool. Now this is nice. The camera eyes, I'm pretty sure that's what these are here. And the video screens, again, like I'm gonna just do something else with that. And her eye decals, she's got this little angry face. It's pretty cute. And that's what these are. So yeah, you're not gonna get as much decal detail, unfortunately. But so yeah, there are some pluses to the wave kit, but you know, overall though, this is really awesome looking. And to be fair, a lot of these extra decals and such on the wave kit are not even, you don't see them in the game at all. So they just took a creative liberties, I guess I would say. So look at that. That is so cool. Seeing her inside like that. So if I can somehow do it, like having the video screens lighting up, and like maybe put some lights in between, like some floodlights or something or other inside, and having like the glow on her like that, that would be pretty darn cool. And Franco, if you're watching this, yeah, I'll get to what we're thinking about later. If we can do it, that'll be pretty cool. Our little idea, or I should say your idea, but anyhow. So again, this is 20th scale. So teaches you how to do the eye decals. That's great. And yeah, there you have it. So this is 20th scale, okay? And other things these days are also 20th scale. So Franco, where is it? Let me get it out. Alright, this is for you, Franco. So this is the Moi Amatsuka, the Naked Angel kit, and I've already painted her up here. So this is what she looks like so far. This is, you know, it comes with two kits, one in a bikini and another one where she's nude. So you could see these are very different, actually. These are very different scales. Is she even 20th scale? Yeah, she's 20th scale. And this is supposed to be 20th scale. This is like quite different. I mean, this is like very Munchkin. I mean, she's a Sakura in the game, and she's like 18 or something like that, or however old she is. But these are not the same scale. These are definitely not the same scale. Something's off here. So I guess that does it for my idea, I suppose. We were thinking about doing like having like a naked Sakura inside her Koubu, but I guess that's not going to work after all. So much for that idea. Oh well, let's move on. Alright, these next couple of kits. I went to Yamada Lobby 1 in Takasaki to get wireless keyboard and mouse by Logitech. And Logitech in Japan is called Logicool for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what it is. So I was at Lobby 1. I picked that up because I had like a buttload of points. And I got a couple of kits. I only got both of these model kits for like maybe 1,000 yen or something. Anyhow, here's the first one. R4M9. And not to be confused with R4I9, who you'd see on the Star Destroyer. Or the Death Star, I should say, sorry. I have spaz. And this is R4M9, who is escorting the captured Rebel fleet troopers on the Tantive 5 in the beginning of Episode 4, A New Hope. Basically, it's just another typical Conehead kit. It's all R2 parts molded in the appropriate color, and then you got the Conehead here, okay? And then it's got these green stickers, so they no longer do anything with decals or anything, but you can use these as masks, basically. That's all you need to know. Got this, like, this was like maybe 1,500 yen at the store, and again, it's like, if I want to think about it, I got these for pretty much nothing. Now, I also got this, and you know I am a sucker for Hasegawa and for Japan Air Self-Defense Force. So this is the 501st Squadron Final Year 2020 Sea Camouflage. Now this is the same paint set that you would use that I did for those the Mitsubishi F2, and got some comments. People really like those colors. Those like the deep ocean blue and shallow ocean blue, really beautiful colors, and that's what you see here. Now this is the RF4E Phantom 2. It's not the F4J E or whatever it's called, Phantom 2. This is the RF4E. What does that entail? Well, please let me know what. If you know about this, tell me. It's got these clear parts that go on the bottom of the nose. The instructions make it pretty well apparent which needs to remain transparent, so that's good. I'm sure it has like sensor equipment or something. I don't know, but anyhow, the cockpit is in segments. I'm currently doing the Hasegawa's Old Legacy F4J Phantom kit, and I don't know if I'm going to be uploading the first video of that before you see this or not. I don't know. Depends. So this one has recessed panel lines, unlike the old kit that I'm building at the moment. So the seat seems to be fairly decently detailed. I don't think this comes with a pilot figure though. So at least some seat belts would be nice. Now, let me take a look at the instructions one more time here. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's nice. And so you can see where the white is. That's where the transparent parts remain transparent. Alright. And unlike the one I'm building currently, this one has the ejection seat pull rings here, and they go on the top. This is a lot better detailed ejection seat. So yeah, you get 2 of these guys, and then that's pretty much it. You get, yeah, two ejection seats, no pilots. But you know, I'm okay with that, I suppose. Now you're supposed to paint the inside of this flat black, and then put this other crap in here, and then I guess you got the clear parts And here is the clear runner's W. So this is W17 that goes down there. There's two different things here. There's the W16 and W17. I don't know what the 16 is. It's for some other version of the Phantom, but you're going to be using this, not that. And so it doesn't say anything about adding a weight to the inside, but that would be good to do, I imagine. To figure that out, I suppose. I'll look at this later. Anyhow, this is great. Look at these beautiful decals. That is an extensive decal sheet. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I like this this digital pixelated thing to go on the drop tanks. That is really cool. And you got this, the Phantom guy. What's his name? Thank you for your support. There's that the little Phantom mascot guy. And then here's so looks very much like Woody Woodpecker. And so yeah, neat stuff. That is way more detailed decals that I get with that legacy kit that I'm working on. Alright, so lastly, oh my gosh, well, technically it's not a model kit. First of all, I'll show you this. Okay, I have featured this on my channel before. I got this. This is a squirt gun of Deckard's blaster pistol, and it's very well molded. Really stiff here. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But who's really gonna be firing this thing with the full of water? I know I'm not, but it looks really cool. This is like the proper coloring. Now, a friend of mine in America, he sent me another one. He's like, "Oh my gosh, did you know about this?" Yeah, and he mailed it to me, and it's like, yeah, I know. I already got one, but whatever. So this is like a blue colored one, which it's still pretty cool. I was thinking about if I can he says that he's seen people modifying these with LEDs and everything, and they figured out how to pop this open. I'm afraid this thing is kind of like shatter. But I'm going to try to figure out how to, maybe I don't know, if anybody, if you're still watching this dumb boring video by now, and you have seen people like painting up this squirt gun and lighting it up, please let me know. Just send me links and such. Okay, so I already showed this before. Now, I didn't even know this was around, but Digitamine, I came across their message on Twitter. This is the same company. They're called Fullcock, I believe. Real Form Water Gun Series. This is better. It's not translucent at all. This is like actual, kind of like a steel color. And it's got these little caps here for the LEDs, or where the LEDs are supposed to go. Now, I have not opened this up yet. We're going to do this together. This is really, really cool. Let's open this up. And here we go. Takagi Type M 2019 Water Blaster. Oh my gosh. Volume 1.5. Alright, so this is a little bit different. The molding is slightly different. Alright. I'll show you what is going on. Okay, here you have the gun. Oh, now this is actually painted here. This is painted red. That's nice. Okay, check this out here. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off here. Alright, just give me a moment here. Okay. Now, here are these are supposed to represent the LEDs here. And like, for example, here they're supposed to go one here and then one here. Now this old one, it already got it here, right? But it's like kind of elongated. looks a little bit different. Now these here are, they're called the Swarovski gems. Like they're like little stickers here, and like little ruby stickers, and they will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now these, like what? One goes here, another one goes here, right? I forget where the other ones go. But hold on a second, let me look up the Twitter picture here. And it looks like there's just 2. I don't see where the other ones go. But there's supposed to be LEDs that go here and here, and that's what these are for. So I guess you're gonna have 2 extra ones, I guess. But I'm pretty sure in the movie, like these were LEDs, and here as well. And this is actually molded here, but the studio prop had a switch right here. You can switch it on, and it would light up the LEDs on the gun, which is so freaking cool. He's got this made in China crap right here. That's funny. That's what you have to deal with, I guess. So it'll be cool to. Ah, gosh, I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to like do surgery on this thing and like maybe cut this off and then add LEDs on there and just leave this one as is, I suppose. But yeah, maybe, I don't know. Is this supposed to be an LED here? I don't know. For the movie, there was like a rubber pistol that they used for stunts and such. That's the one that got thrown around in the movie. But that is a pretty nice finish here. There's like a little hair, unfortunately, got permanently put into the paint job here. Oh well. But there you go. There you have it. I don't know if that's supposed to be an LED or not. It would not seem to be. No. Yeah. So Swarovski. I don't know what this is. I just looked it up. So, but that's what these little dazzly gems are all about. So very, very cool. Alright, let's take a look at some of the other features on this, okay? So the muzzle here, this is redesigned here. It's got this little doohickey here, and that detail was completely lacking in the original. Alright, so again, like the trigger's a lot better. Something else to take note of is this is not attached. I mean, it's not glued into place or anything, right? So if you would like to paint this separately, it's now a lot easier to do so. That's really cool. I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna light this up, if you're gonna do like all the heavy LED work and all that kind of stuff, this might be the better one to use, because I think now this is glued into place though, unfortunately. But if you can get this open, you can pop this off, right, and then just like have like a battery pack inside, and just, you know, if you can try to like magnetize this or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to do that kind of stuff, but it's worth a shot. And if I screw this up, at least I have another one to back up. Stuff and things. So yeah, there you have it. Neat stuff. So as January came to a close, I was thinking, all right, well, so that's it. Especially after those that Phantom 2 jet and the droid, I thought, okay, that's gonna be it for January, right?
Just when my coil's reaching the green line.
Yeah, well, wait, what's this? Alright, so, you guys are not gonna believe me, but due to both like this really killer insurance that I have with my job here in Japan, and also the the life insurance that I have, having my appendix removed was actually rather profitable. I mean, for staying 9 days in the hospital, in the end, I paid like maybe 97,000 yen, which is, you know, just about like $970 or so, US. And then, but the amount of money I got back from my life insurance was pretty great. And then I also found out that I was also getting a really good compensation for my regular insurance. So I actually came out on top, way on top. And so that was when I was at City Hall, and I was walking back to my car because I used the ATM there. And so I'm like, you know, I'm gonna maybe splurge a little bit because, you know, I got like a lot of money. Okay, so enough to like pay off debts and stuff. So I'm not being completely irresponsible. But I stopped by. So there's the regular model shop I usually go to is called Kijima in my town, and then another one's called Marusen. And the second one I don't go to a whole lot, even though it's pretty close to where I work. But well, actually, they're both like maybe like a block away from each other, right? But anyhow, they had this. Now, this is not the limited edition, okay? So I did do an unboxing of the limited edition back in September or so, and that was a kit that I bought for Jerry at HDA Model Works, okay? And because I had seen that up close, I realized I really don't need the limited edition. This is just fine by itself, I think. So let's take a look here. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing an unboxing, but if you recall, if you saw that video, you really don't even need that. If you can manage to wire the LEDs by yourself, you don't need the lighting kit. Now, this is basically the same kit. It has all of the pre-drilled holes for all of the fiber optics. So you're set with that, right? You're totally set with that. But it doesn't have the clear runners. Like it had like the side trenches. Those were cast in clear, like this one here especially. But really, because it has those holes already, I don't need it. I really don't need it. It doesn't have the lighting kit. It doesn't have the clear runners. It doesn't have the book. But really, the book I already have because it was the articles are kind of published in Model Graphics magazine. So this does have the reflective stickers to put on the inside, and I think these are for light blocking. So that's good. That's good. You can just slap those stickers in there and for light reflecting, and that is great. Yeah, so that's really cool. So like here's the face of the command tower. You've got all of those holes already pre-drilled. And of course, also it has the white parts here for doing the interior, bouncing the light around and such on the inside. So you just get this booklet here, and it has the instructions for the lighting unit, but you could buy that separately if you really feel like it, I guess. But I'm not going to because I could probably do a better job on my own. So they had this at that shop for 7,000 yen. Now this kit is actually, I have found that this is rarer, more rare. It goes either way, I guess. I looked it up once. This is a rarer kit than the actual limited edition. I have seen, like at my local Yamada, that's where I bought the limited edition one with the lighting kit for Jerry. they have another one there, and when I was at the Lobby 1 Takasaki Yamada, they had another one on the shelf. I have seen this in other stores as well. But the only time I've ever seen this non-limited edition kit was I went to Igaya when I was, which is a model kit in Ida, Nagano Prefecture, and that was when I was on vacation, right? So winter vacation, staying at the in-laws' place, and they had it there for 7,000 yen. So like Yodobashi has this in stock. It's like the same price pretty much, 7,000 yen. So this was a fantastic price, and I just happened to have a whole ton of money. So I went ahead and bought this for myself. So that's it. The 5,000 scale Star Destroyer. Yay. Frickin' yay. Now, this is not model kit related, but then again, neither was the Deckard blaster. But I did get something super duper neat on. Going back to Flying Tigers, I found this on YouTube, not YouTube, sorry, Amazon, and I really hate buying anything on Amazon, but I found this, and like, yeah, it's only like a few bucks. So, yeah, these are vinyl stickers of the Republic of China Air Force roundels. So, definitely Flying Tigers related. I thought that was really cute. Lastly, I got a poster. So lastly, I got this poster of Leda. I got this off of Yahoo Auctions Japan, and I thought this was a really awesome looking poster. You know, if you know Leda, then congratulations, because it's really not that well known. You could watch the whole show, the whole OVA on YouTube. Somebody uploaded it subtitled, so check it out. But this is really cool. Now I did do an unboxing of a model kit of this anime, and I'm pretty sure I did a YouTube video. I did an unboxing of it on my Tumblr account, and that's probably the most popular photo set that I ever did on Tumblr, was for this for the kit of this. But anyhow, really cool poster. The model kit I'm talking about is, oh yeah, the other backside is a giant Gorg. I think this is the same artist that did Crusher Joe and Gundam, I think. So anyhow, so the model kit I'm talking about is this one here. So I think if you do a search for my older videos, you can find it. This is by Nito, and it's really cool because it looks like they made it look like a VHS box set. So pretty cool. You get two models in one box, which is pretty cool. This is a box I definitely don't want to throw out, even if whenever I build this kit. Neat stuff. Okay, so I got a package from my friend Lou in Arizona, and I had some stuff sent to him because I could not have it shipped to Japan. And one of these is a really cool looking Flying Tigers t-shirt. That is really cool. I love the color. That's fantastic. Alright, I bought that on Amazon and had it sent to him. This, oh my gosh, so this is a Hallmark Blade Runner police spinner. This is so fantastically awesome looking. Oh my gosh, now the box is damaged. I sure hope that the spinner, it feels like it's okay. No damage, I guess. Christmas ornament, but it's just too cool to just keep, take out for Christmas, right? So this has not been damaged. This is a fantastic model. Oh my cow, that's beautiful. So yeah, I was afraid like maybe the plastic could have been cracked or something, but that's not the case. So, do not lean moving parts, it says. That's cool. Wow. Very, very cool. So, unfortunately, this is not one of those light up ones, but this is really freaking cool. Okay, I got a little bit closer in here. Okay, so interior is very sparse. You're not getting any sort of dashboard decals or anything like that. It's really not detailed in there, but you know, I guess I don't care because this is so cool anyways. So now wait a minute. You know what, maybe that is a little bit broken. I need to reinforce that with some super glue there. I think that needs to be glued. Okay, so bottom, nice. You get the lights and everything. This is not clear, but you know, I don't care. We got more lights back here. This is so cool, man. Oh my cow, this is great. So awesome. Alright, so what else did I get? Well, let me show you. Okay. So he sent me a hand-me-down hard drive he no longer needs. And so this is going to be useful for me to finally getting around to migrating to Linux. I got to install disk and everything. I'm all set for that. Some other crap I had ordered. I got these perler beads colors. Like one is tomato and then the other one is cherry. And I can't find these in Japan anywhere. And these are shades of red that I can't find anywhere. So I had it sent to him, and he sent it to me because, unfortunately, the place in America that sells this stuff is like, they want like a ridiculous amount of money to have it sent. So, lastly, he sent me a hand-me-down Raspberry Pi 3. Now, the Raspberry Pi 4 has recently just come out. And so, yeah, this is something that he had several of these things actually, and he just no longer needed it. So I'm not yet sure where exactly the where does the SD card go into? I don't see. Oh, that's it right here. This is where the SD card. I bought an SD. It's a micro SD card, and I put Ubuntu Mate on there. And this is going to be ready to go. So yeah, neat stuff. I don't know what this is here. Maybe that's a AV. Okay, maybe this is a headphone jack. Maybe that's what that is. HDMI output. You have 4 USBs, and you got the Ethernet here. So yeah, it's a really nice heat sink on here. So that's great. Don't know what this goes to, and I'm not sure what this is for. But I'm gonna do a little bit more research. But this is really freaking cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so next I'm going to show you one last thing. Or actually, no, a couple more. He gave me this. This is a hand-me-down as well. This is a solid-state drive. I haven't really even used these. I'm not familiar with these before. So, but there you go. And okay, so the very last thing. I promise this is the last thing. I got this off of Hobby Link Japan. After I got that Phantom. This is by Edward. Photo etch for Hasegawa F4 exhaust. So I got these the exhaust cans, and this is photo etch. So you wrap it around and it should look pretty nice. Hopefully, it wasn't very much. So really neat stuff. Okay, so next I'm going to show you supplies.
Supplies!
This is Wave Resin Cast EX, and this is ivory color. I had favorited the gray color, and that was like 3,600 yen, and then I was about ready to buy that, and then I saw that the ivory was like 600 or 700 yen cheaper than that, and I'm like, I don't care what the color is, I'll just get ivory. And I had a whole bunch of points on yodobashi.com, and so I used it all, and I got this for like 700 yen. So that is great. Alright, so this is just typical resin. Measure it out, pour it, 1-to-1 ratio between the two, and then you just inject it. And so it's just the A and the B, that's it. So you got the regular resin and then the hardener agent, and you're going to be seeing me use this fairly soon. Up until now, I've only used some clear resin, and I had tried doing this stuff, and while this stuff is okay for doing dioramas or the Tamiya Sweets collection stuff, unfortunately it is not good for injecting into molds and such. It didn't really work out very well for me at all, and as a result, later I bought this stuff, which is clear resin, but I've never used this yet, and I got this off of Yahoo Shopping, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I've never used this before, and I've never used this, so I'm gonna be using this pretty soon. Alright, after using this stuff, something I did not realize is that this stuff starts to set in 120 seconds. I did not know. So I had done like enough batch to do 2 jobs. By the time I had done injecting one, the other, the rest of it had already solidified inside the cup. 120 seconds is, I mean, this is good for quick shots of tiny little projects, but if I have 2 different things going on, like here, you have to just mix up one just for this, and then get brand new cups, mix up those, and then just do another batch of that stuff. Unfortunately, that's how it is. Weird. So I finally went ahead and got a fine tip electronic soldering iron. As you can see, it's pretty pointy, and that's nice. 15 watt ceramic. Hopefully it's gonna be hot enough. It should be hot enough. I don't think it needs to be very hot. It says green project, whatever. Maybe it saves energy. Not sure, but I'm glad I got this finally. Now I could maybe do some lighting stuff that I have been kind of postponing. I went to a craft store called Tokai, and I got this. This is really neat. It's by Annex, which is the same company that I bought my first pin vise. They made that. So this is a nice little, very fine point pliers. These are really nice. So really cool. And at the craft store, I also got resin, UV curing clear resin, and it has these neat little super duper fine point applicators if I need to use these. That's nice. So I just used this a little bit for something my daughter was doing, and haven't really used it a whole lot, but you know, whatever. So hopefully these things will come in handy. Lastly, at that craft shop, I got Cosmos. Now this is a 2-part resin clay, and I've seen this around. I know I've seen this at Volks in Akihabara. It's a 2-part resin clay, and hopefully it'll dry nice and hard. We'll see. But yeah, I'll give this a shot. So next, let me show you some kits that are on the horizon that I'm interested in getting. So these kits here are not any kits that I am really set on, but this is a series of super deformed kits by Great Wall Hobby, and they seem to be kind of cashing in on the whole eggplane thing, right? Now these are not eggplanes because that's a regular, registered trademark. It's not egg shaped. It's just super deformed. So this is an F15J, and yeah, it's SD, and it comes with a figure. So it doesn't say if it's a resin figure or not, but actually it looks pretty darn cool, I think. So I know Freedom Models in Taiwan, they've made some SD planes as well. So here's the F-15J. That's really cool. Here's the F-35A. Pretty darn cool. And here is the X2. So, yeah, they all come with the Grow figures, and that's pretty darn neat. So here's one by Freedom Models, and this just already came out just this month, I guess. And this is a F2A and an F2P. The Mitsubishi F2s by Freedom Models. This is really, really cool looking. They call it the Compact Series. I think that's really cool. In February, there's going to be the Vic Viper model by Plum. That's really exciting for you video gamers out there, retro gamers. And in March, it's going to be a new Tamago Girls. This is the 12 scale resin figure. Number 7, this is Hakurinfa. Oh my gosh, this one looks really darn cool. I'm excited about this. I have a pre-order in for this already. In April, there's going to be this really cool looking model. This is... Actually, I didn't think it was going to be a model at first. I thought it was like a Figma type of thing, but this is by Good Smile Company. And this is the Motoroid from Cruise Chaser Blasty. Now, this is an old game dating back to like the PC 98 days. And it's a Squaresoft like action RPG game. And it features this really cool transforming robot. And the music for the game is, what's his name? Nobuo Uematsu, who is well known for the Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger soundtracks. So anyhow, this is a really awesome looking kit. And I think I would like to get this kit. It's coming out in April. So yeah, it's... gosh, that's very, very tempting. It is a bit pricey, though. So, I don't know, I'm still on the fence about this one.
Yes. Questions.
Glenn Champion asked, how big would this be next to a Micro Machine Star Destroyer? Or Hot Wheels, for that matter? The answer is, I really have no idea. I don't have either of those toys, so whatever. Okay, so, next. Oh my gosh. Alright, so... in December, I did not get any crappy comments whatsoever. And I was kind of happy about that, but at the same time, I kind of miss it. I really kind of miss it when I don't get crappy comments, because I really enjoy getting a good laugh at some of these people. So this next comment is such a deliciously stupid comment that I really, really enjoyed reading how incredibly stupid this guy is. So here it is. Okay, so Christopher Williams... okay, so by the way, this is yet again, just like I about a year ago, I received that incredibly stupid comment on this very same video called Censorship is Liberal and the Racketeering. It was about how InfoWars had been deplatformed off of several different social media platforms simultaneously, which is not a coincidence whatsoever. So... in my Stuff and Things 2019 part 1, and I still haven't gotten around to doing part 2 yet, but I guess I will. I need to, because it'd be kind of stupid if I didn't do part 2. I devoted so much time to responding to some idiot named Original Yithian, and what an idiot he was. And in both of these cases, neither of these people have a compelling argument on why censorship is a good ideal. Neither of them have anything positive to say about why it's good to completely deplatform people just because you don't like what they have to say. In both of these cases, as typical like out of control shit libs, they see somebody's comment that they don't like, some content like a video like this, and they disagree with it, and then they're like, so here we go. Look at this comment here. Saw your Honda Beat build video and was gonna watch the rest of your builds and maybe sub until I tripped over this little nugget. Then I kept looking and found your The Last Jedi video. A weeaboo fandom menace guy and follower of Alex Jones, the conspiracy peddler? Yeah, conspiracies. Like, here's a conspiracy. Jeffrey Epstein was trafficking children for sex. Yeah, that's just a conspiracy theory. Here's a conspiracy theory. JFK was not shot by Oswald, and there was multiple shooters involved. Oh my gosh. Oh, so it's a conspiracy, so then therefore it mustn't be true, right? So that this guy, it was really shilling hard to be a normie here. Alright, so in any other context, he continues, the tanks and planes and anime girl stuff wouldn't seem suspicious. But all I'm saying is I wouldn't trust you around my daughter? Oh, okay. So what, you would trust Joe Biden around your daughter, perhaps? Yeah. And I wouldn't want to be in a shopping mall at the same time as you. Seriously, skeevy incel mass shooter vibes here. Okay, so you're just gonna call me just a hopeless loser, huh?
From hell's heart, I stab at thee.
Okay. Okay, if you think I'm such a loser, let's ask my imaginary girlfriend. Hey, sweetheart, do you think I'm a loser? Do you think I'm a hopeless nerd? Yeah, I didn't think so. Haha. Touche, Christopher Williams. Ha! Okay. Just because I did a video talking about censorship and why it's bad, and how InfoWars had been shat upon. Okay, so InfoWars is the only news outlet that I know of that really spends time to dismantle these mass shootings, and they are the ones who say, look, they're all on antidepressants, and a lot of them have signs of MK Ultra mind control and such, right? So because I watch InfoWars from time to time, that makes me a mass shooter? No, actually, that's like the very exact opposite, okay? But this guy wouldn't know anything. And then he also throws around, okay, so if you don't like The Last Jedi, then I guess that makes you a pedophile? Okay. I don't know anybody who likes The Last Jedi. I guess I could find some online or whatever, but the movie was total crap. Like, how many video games have they made of The Last Jedi? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so a weeaboo. Okay, so I'm a weeaboo because I like anime, I suppose. This guy doesn't even know what weeaboo is, so he just throws out these words to try to hurt me. Well, you like anime, then therefore you're a weeaboo. Well, I think most anime sucks anymore these days, but, he's not going to pause to ask me about that. Fandom menace. Okay, so being a part of the fandom menace and hating the way Star Wars has gone downhill, that makes me like a mass shooter somehow? I really don't get it. And then, to top it all off, he throws in the word incel. So, okay, if you are really concerned about people's mental health, why are you throwing around terms that are like basically just denigrating people for not having the experience of ever having sex with a woman. Why is it that just having sex with a person is, regardless of who it is, that is somehow more, ideal? Okay? Why do you have to denigrate people who are virgins? Why? I mean, people who are virgins, I think, would be a lot more virtuous people than people who just can't keep it in their pants, and they might cheat on their spouse or whatever, and they end up getting somebody pregnant without thinking or something. I would say that somebody who is a virgin would be a little bit more morally, I don't know. I mean, at least virgin by choice, I suppose. But I guess the whole incel thing is not by choice, but I hate how this term is being thrown around so much. That just because maybe somebody's lonely, and maybe they've given up on ever finding somebody, that makes them, they're gonna shoot somebody. I really don't I don't buy into any of this crap, and I think that these actual shooters that have involved so-called incels, I'm really suspicious about any of that stuff. Yeah. So anyhow, this is my response to the guy. I said, LOL. I've never even once considered typing out an entire paragraph to somebody detailing reasons why I would never subscribe to his channel. I would never have thought that disliking The Last Jedi makes one a pedo. Especially, seriously, nobody liked that god-awful movie. I don't even own a gun. I've been married for nearly 19 years and have a child myself. Plus, I have uploaded videos exposing pedophilia. So your judgmental, low IQ assumptions about myself are completely laughable. Welcome to Dick Brain of the Month for January. Hunters will now have a good laugh at your expense come the end of this month. And so, of course, as always, I checked on the guy's channel. Zero content. So as you can see here, he's got a 20-second video about a Honda Civic. Does this car sound healthy? Well, I'm not sure if Mr. Christopher Williams sounds healthy. Okay, so look at his created playlists. The second one is music to sulk to. That's weird, because even when I have actually probably sulked about something, I'd never actually consciously thought, hey, I'm sulking. Never. Okay? Okay, so fucking around music, well, whatever that means. Relaxation music, okay, well, that's nice. Music when I'm depressed. Okay. Music when I'm depressed. Okay, music to sulk to. It's really interesting because this guy is supposedly he's alarmed about mass shooters and such. If he would maybe actually ever watch anything from InfoWars, he would know that the correlation between all these mass shooters is people who are on Prozac or whatever, these antidepressants and such. And so this guy is like admittedly depressed about stuff, and he sulks, and he has a daughter. And yet he's accusing me of being a pedo just because he might disagree with my politics without even bothering to come up with a reason, any sort of a backing up his logic or whatever, because he has no ammunition whatsoever. I'm really curious to see why any sort of shitlib would really advocate censorship, but they don't have an argument, so they just go into mode and they just lash out like this. Okay, so if I'm going to lash out back at him, maybe I could say, well, hey, are you going to save up your money for your daughter to transition into a boy? You're going to have her come up with her own set of pronouns and such. See, I would have to force myself to think like that, because I don't immediately just assume the most worst about somebody just because I might have a disagreement with them. That is just so stupid. But if this guy is really a total shitlib, okay, how about if you have Bill Clinton or Jeffrey Epstein or Joe Biden hanging out with his daughter? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, and so here's another stupid comment, actually. Digby Sir Chicken TF2. This was the unboxing I did for the Hasegawa Egg Girls collections 1 and 2. The guy says, "Thank you for your money, you sad FK." Thank you for your money, you sad fuck. I don't recall giving this guy any money. I really don't get. So, okay, so again, I guess because I have some Resident Girl kits, that makes me sad. Okay, but I still didn't give you any money, so I don't know what your point is. Stupid! I really enjoyed this comment here. Okay, so Zach Kaufman wrote, and this is the Aoshima Back to the Future DeLorean. This is the very, very first video. As I'm watching this, I too am working on a time machine. It's the Polar Lights version. And I am also a southpaw. So I responded, "That was a beautiful poem. Thanks for sharing." Alright, I need to talk about my friend Mick and his YouTube channel. It's Shaz7. Here is a picture of his channel. You need to subscribe to him. You need to watch his videos because he's doing a really great job. And I get the feeling that Jairus and I are the only people who really watch his videos and comment and thumb it up. And that is not right. And I think everybody needs to watch his stuff because he's great. If you enjoy my figure models, you got to see what he's doing. He does really, really fantastic stuff. He's a part of the video game group build. He did a really, really fantastic job with his Galaxy Fraulein Yuna figure for the group build. And he did recently. Oh, by the way, Galaxy Fraulein Yuna, if in case you don't know, that was a game on the PC Engine and the Sega Saturn. And it's really cool. He did a really fantastic job, and I was really impressed because I've been watching his stuff, and he's getting better and better with figure modeling. And with the Yuna figure, I thought that maybe he used the decals for the eyes, but he's like, "No, I painted that." I'm like, "Dude, wow, holy crap, that's just fantastic looking." So I burped. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Mick. Dude, watch his stuff or I'll never forgive you. So check it out. I'm going to leave a link to his channel. And he's really, really fantastic. So do it. Okay, I got a lot of stuff to run through. And this is a whole bunch of, you know, typical news crap. Okay, so I know this video is getting long, so I'll try to make this short. Okay, first things first, this coronavirus. Everybody's all scared and freaking out over this thing. Media is hyping it up, and they want to scare everyone. InfoWars is doing it too. Like, oh my gosh, these people are dying, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know when it was, 2013, I can't remember, when the whole Ebola thing there's that big outbreak, and then they flew an Ebola patient to the USA, and then stupid Obama, he sent troops to Liberia or some country in Africa to try to contain the virus. And I got really freaked out about that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it, you know, we're all gonna die or something, and you know, my daughter's insides are gonna be liquefied and all that sort of stuff. It didn't turn out to be a big deal at all. So I know there are videos of people like dropping dead in the streets of China, but like, I'm still skeptical. You know, we were meant to believe that children died from sarin gas attacks in a hospital in Syria, but then, as I mentioned before in one of my videos, the BBC producer came out and admitted that it was a staged event and that nobody actually died. So this whole coronavirus, I had posted the patent for one coronavirus on my YouTube channel a bit ago, and so there are different types of coronaviruses. There's not just one, okay? So, SARS, for example, is a coronavirus. The common cold, actually. Most of the common cold viruses are rhinoviruses, but some of them are coronaviruses. So, but yeah, there was a patented coronavirus, and I posted a link to the U.S. patent information on this coronavirus. And it said the virus was created to be a vaccine for something or other, which I think this is kind of really strange. Sounds like a bunch of double talk to me. But the fact remains is that some of these viruses are biologically created, and I do believe that like the Ebola virus and AIDS perhaps have been genetically engineered and such. So, there was this whole swine flu, the bird flu, SARS, Ebola, Zika, West Nile. All these viruses are out to scare us all. Oh my gosh. And in the end, and every single time, it's never as bad as the media makes us believe it was. So, quite frankly, I'm kind of bored with this coronavirus stuff already, and I'm getting tired of it. So, yeah, there have been some infections reported in Japan. But, so, I mean, okay, I like China. I wish them well, but it is a filthy country, even in the big cities. It's sad that this virus has proliferated due to it's probably due to the wet markets there. If you don't know what that term means, is look it up. It's basically, like they have, for example, like they have live chickens hanging upside down on the market. You buy the chicken, and they chop its head off, and they gut it, and right there in the street. Blood and poop are virus magnets. So if the death toll is really true, I feel bad for China, but really I do not see this taking root here in Japan or any other first world country, except maybe like in San Francisco and Los Angeles, since they have human crap littering the streets there, like literally human feces because of liberalism. Thank you, Democrats. So I remember when it was back when I was living in America at the time, we were visiting Japan, and there was this whole swine flu that everybody got freaked out about because some elderly woman and a baby died. Oh my gosh, we're all gonna die. And I was like, oh crap, this is gonna make us going back to America, it's gonna be difficult. They might be canceling flights, who knows. And then because I was staying at the in-laws at the time, and then guess what, the swine flu was reported in the Narita airport. I'm like, oh crap, this is gonna suck. Everybody was wearing masks, blah blah blah. The funny thing is that the Mexican restaurants in Tokyo were empty because people were afraid. They were afraid that they're gonna catch swine flu by eating Mexican food. It's like, oh no, I heard the song La Bamba on the radio. I think I might come down with swine flu now. But it was just a bunch of hype. So the thing is, it's quite possible that this whole thing is a biologically engineered virus, and especially, guess what? Bill Gates is always talking about reducing world population through vaccines and all that sort of stuff. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has their hands on a lot of this crap, and it's basically like it's like a problem solution thing. So they create a problem, then they create the solution. I think they just want people to basically pay for a bunch of stupid vaccines. And of course the vaccines are going to hurt people somehow, one way or another. And so I think it's a bunch of crap. So I would, in my opinion, this is not something you get concerned about. You wait till you see the people dying hand over fist in your local hospitals, then you got something to worry about. But until then, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so let's move on. Carlos Ghosn. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Carlos Ghosn. He's the former Nissan exec, and he fled Japan. This is earlier in, it's like right after New Year's or so. He fled Japan because he was accused of all sorts of crap. And I thought, gosh, this is just another elitist that doesn't want to pay his taxes, and he's lying about his income and such. That's what I thought until I actually watched he did a press conference in Lebanon, and I can imagine it's because probably Lebanon does not have extradition treaty with Japan. I guess that's why he was named like an honorary citizen of Lebanon, I guess. So he was talking about, like, look, if I really did all this stuff, why didn't they procure the evidence? So Japan, for all you know, weeaboos think that Japan might be the best country in the world, but they do have a big problem with the police kind of forcing people to admit to crimes they never committed. And it's really, really terrible, and it's something that, like, Amnesty International is really cracking down on, and it is a big deal. So I'm kind of inclined to believe that Carlos Ghosn is innocent. So I don't know. What do you think? You let me know. So in Japan, oh my gosh, 2020 Olympics is a big thing right now. Oh my gosh, it's making my job. You know, they're really focusing on English education in Japan. This is going to be, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I will say right now, I believe that this 2020 Olympics will be the year that the Olympics completely shits on women. And the reason I say that is because of this whole transgender crap with these assholes, these guys claiming to be women who are obviously biologically male, and they wipe the floor with the women, and they get all these gold medals and such, whether it's cycling or wrestling or whatever. It's getting ridiculous. So, like, check this out. This is on Breitbart. Outsports, sports news website that focuses on LGBTP issues in sports, named Fox. This is what's the person's name? Fallon Fox. Oh my gosh. MMA fighter Fallon Fox twice broken opponent's skull to win matches, and now he is being praised by some in the LGBTP community. Named the bravest athlete in history in a recent article written by Sid Ziegler. So Fox, who is a biological male fighting physically weaker females and inflicting life-altering harm, apparently qualifies as brave because, according to Ziegler, she was the, it's really a guy, but whatever, she was the target of torrent of hatred. I've really never seen targeted the LGBTQ athlete. As intense as hatred, as intense as the hatred Fox may have been subjected to, it's highly unlikely that the social media comments directed his way ever fractured his skull. The title of bravest athlete would have been much more appropriately bestowed on the biological females who dared to enter the cage with a fighter they had no hope of matching in terms of power and athletic ability. It's like saying that I am brave for, like, arm wrestling junior high school students. There are physical differences between men and women, and it's not to say that the women are inferior or whatever, but to say that men and women are completely equal, it really is a disservice to both sexes. We are not meant to be equal. Women excel in areas that men do not, and vice versa. This is why we complement each other. This is the reason why heterosexuality should not be demonized by these deranged lunatics. Oh, and that reminds me. Here in Japan, there is this weird, crazy creep named Matt. I don't know what his surname is, but this guy, he looks like a freaking mannequin or something. Seriously, you would think that by the year 2020 that the replicants would be made more human than human, and that we would have transcended to the Nexus 6 phase. This guy is more like Nexus 1.5 beta or something. Seriously, the first time I saw this creature on TV, I'm like, is this a person or is it like one of those androids? Apparently, it is programmed to speak Japanese. This is a mask that this guy is wearing. I have no idea. This thing gives me the creeps, and I'm sick of seeing this thing on TV. And if people are going to be pissed off about misgendering people, I will just continue to call this entity, this person, a thing. Male, I would say yes, it's a guy, but you know, this just freaking just sick looking. My wife says this guy looks like a mannequin, and I agree. Thank you, liberalism. Check this out. The Des Moines Register is reporting, convicted of sex crimes as a man, felon no longer deemed threat because of gender change. Oh, wasn't that nice? Isn't that liberal? Isn't that progressive? Yeah, enough of that. Sick. Star Wars news. The rise of Skywalker takes flight after the rise of Star Wars trolls. Analysis. Let's put that in quotes. Analysis by Brian Lowry. Oh my gosh. So, this imbecile. Check this out. The backlash against The Last Jedi, the 8th movie in this particular series, turned inordinately vitriolic. No, it's not because the movie sucked and it was poorly written and directed. No, get this. Alright, it continues. While there are legitimate questions about how representative those voices are, and indeed what role Russian trolls and political provocateurs played in dragging the comments into the sewer, the cacophony from social media has at times made it easier to simply tune out those voices rather than engage them. Yep, it's all Russia's fault. Russia has nothing better to do than to shit on these stupid-ass Hollywood movies. Oh my gosh, this guy is really on top of his game, isn't he? Oh gosh. Alright, now this is on the Daily Torch, and again I have mixed feelings about this website. Conservatives should stop blindly defending law enforcement, the clergy, and big business, and examine the moral order of institutions. Yes. Totally yes. Especially if you're a Catholic. Oh jeez. All the pedophilia running rampant and that disgusting satanic pope that they've got. The Catholic Church is really screwed. Big business. See, this is the thing where the whole Ayn Rand thing and libertarianism, and it's basically they just worship capitalism a little bit too much. And this is where I'm certainly not a total bona fide conservative when it comes to this kind of thing. You know, I had a job where I had to deal with the Sarbanes-Oxley compliance with IT, and that was a result of Enron and so that kind of stuff. You can't just trust big business to do the right thing, and I'm sick of conservatives who just think that capitalism, it should just be left alone, and the businesses that there should be zero regulation, all that kind of stuff. That's just stupid. And defending law enforcement blindly, that is definitely a good case. You know, until the whole... See, this is the whole thing about the whole Black Lives Matter crap, is that they really divert on a whole lot of things, just blanketly... blatantly, blanketly, is that a word? Blanketing all policemen as racist is what I'm trying to say. I'm stumbling on my words. I apologize, but this is really just... It really diverts from the problem. Like, for example, like there was... I can't remember when it was, but like there was a family that the SWAT team busted in their family's apartment door through a flashbang into the baby's crib. They had a baby's crib in the middle of the room, of their apartment and partially melted the baby's face off, all because that they had somebody, like the guy's brother was staying with them, sleeping on their couch, and the guy had like some marijuana joints on him or something or other. I don't remember the whole story. Maybe you can look it up if you really care. But yeah, there is police brutality for sure. And this is an interesting article because it says, conservatives, just get your head out of your ass. You really have to think more objectively. You don't have to be a total Democrat and say, oh, I hate America. America's the worst country ever. But you got to admit, look, and this is one thing I do appreciate about, what's his name? Dinesh D'Souza. He says, look, slavery, Trail of Tears, all this stuff. Yeah, it's true. But guess what? Look who was in power at the time. Who was president when the Trail of Tears happened? There was systematic oppression of indigenous people and blacks in America, Jim Crow laws. But, guess what? Who was in power? It was the Democrats. So, this is an interesting article, I thought. Moving on. I thought this was really interesting. So, this is in Virginia. Big League Politics reported federal asset ordered terror attack by group allegedly conspiring to storm Virginia Capitol. So there are these fringe groups within the FBI who will basically engage in terrorism and stuff like that. And I'm going to do a video on this eventually where talking about how the FBI, they concoct these terrorist plots and then they circumvent them just to pat themselves on the back. But this is like a group called The Base. And it says here, the base may in fact be run by a group of the feds. So one base member, Yusuf O'Baran, said it was it sounds like an Iranian name. And guess what? It doesn't. You don't really need to twist a Muslim's arm to join a group based on anti-Semitism and destroying Jews and such, because anti-Semitism is inherent in Islam. And so yeah, the guy was arrested and charged on Friday. Court records show that a federal informant had been giving orders to members of the hate group to commit acts of anti-Semitic terror. Imagine my shock. And if you're interested in reading more about this is on Natural News. This article here says, terror plots foiled by the FBI turn out to be planned, funded, and weaponized by the FBI itself. Oh my gosh, the FBI, you think of like Scully and Mulder, and they're all, doing the right thing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying that the entire FBI is completely bad, but they do have these fringe groups within it, and it's really bad. Here we go. This is on Jihad Watch. Sweden. Oh, gosh, Sweden. Woman gets conditional sentence and $4,000 in fines for insulting Islam. Why can't you insult Islam? Really, why can't you insult it? You can insult Christianity all day long and you're just fine. But if as soon as you insult Islam, then you get in trouble, guess what? That is Sharia law. And okay, let's go ahead and insult Islam some more. Here you go. This is on Infowars. Report: Muslim rape gang allowed to operate by the UK police. Again, Brexit might be good and all, but you people in the UK, you really need to clean house. You need to get rid of a lot of really bad people from your country, or bad stuff will just continue to happen. Get with it. That's all I can say. I don't live in England. I can't do anything. Natural News. This is 7-year-old children left psychologically terrorized after hearing Greta Thunberg's speech. I don't want to die, in quotes. Children have been coming home from school afraid of their future, afraid for their lives. Some kids now believe they have less than 10 years to live because something has been pounded into their heads. A political dogma called climate change. Children are being told that nothing is being done nothing is being done to address rising temperatures and carbon emissions. And it's so stupid. Carbon dioxide is not going to kill anybody. Carbon dioxide is what plants need to breathe, and then in turn, they give us oxygen. It's a symbiotic relationship. You learn this in 5th grade science. It's not rocket science. Carbon dioxide is good. Carbon dioxide is a molecule of life, just as oxygen is. Just people. You're scaring the crap out of kids. It is just disgusting, and this sensationalized climate doom needs to stop. It is depraved. It is sick, and it just pisses me off. It really does.
How dare you!
Oh, speaking of good old Greta, in January, guess what? Her father was caught making Facebook posts in her name. And guess what? Her father is an actor. And what is it? I think both her father and her grandfather are actors, and one of them is like a movie director in Sweden. So this girl is not grassroots at all. She's a total puppet. She is totally put up. And it's just stupid. It's fake. And guess what? It was also fake. All this crap about how Trump refused to send aid to Puerto Rico because he's a racist or whatever that they were saying. Guess what? In January, in case you didn't notice, in case you didn't see this news, the warehouse in Puerto Rico was discovered. It was full of the U.S. survival aid that was sent from Trump to Puerto Rico. Bottled water, baby formula, socks, everything you can think of, batteries, all this sort of stuff. It's been sitting around this entire time, going to waste, just so they can make the president look bad. Totally stupid. Totally sick. Whoever's responsible for this is basically they have death on their hands. Totally disgusting. Alright, so as I had said before, FBI, they got bad people, but they also have good people. And check this out, this is on True Pundit. Top FBI agent died after uncovering Hillary Clinton funneled billions of tax dollars from State Department to the Clinton Foundation and cronies. Oh my gosh, isn't it just so coincidental that all the people who were completely inconvenient to Hillary Clinton end up dying somehow? Golly gee. Golly frickin' gee. And speaking of Hillary Clinton, so Tulsi Gabbard has basically she's suing Hillary Clinton for this stupid crap about how Tulsi Gabbard is a Russian asset. So good. Don't accept the settlement. Go all the way. Sue that bitch's ass. So sick of Hillary Clinton. Now, check this out. Tulsi Gabbard, in the document filed against Hillary Clinton, check this out. Tulsi Gabbard is a natural person who is a citizen and domiciliary of the United States of Hawaii. She has never experienced, does not currently experience, and does not expect to experience thoughts of suicide. Well, I hope she doesn't die in a car crash or, she might shoot herself in the back of the head from across the room twice. Her body might be found in a Hawaiian swamp somewhere with her shoes are completely clean or something, or she may have committed suicide after locking herself in the trunk of a car. Who knows? But I really wish her well. There's no way in hell I would ever vote for her. She does have some sort of political clout, I guess, with conservatives because she is anti-war, and because it used to be that the liberals were anti-war, but that is no longer the case. And I really hope she stays alive. Please, Tulsi Gabbard, stay alive. Don't die. Please do not die. Now, something else is really great. Promises kept. President Trump signs USMCA. NAFTA is gone. He promised to destroy NAFTA, and he did it. He completely did it. Great news. Thank you, President Trump. Even though that no longer directly affects me, since I live in Japan, yeah, I am glad that did happen. Now check this out. This is great. Alright, so Q. 31st of January 2018. Freedom Day. 2 years to the day, the Q team predicted Brexit. And that was it. January 31st, 2018, Q posted Freedom Day. Exactly 2 years later, Brexit happened. Coincidence? I think not. Guys, if you don't follow Q, you really need to do so. Yeah. That's all I can say. Time travel, lots of stuff you would never have thought actually exists. It does exist, and it really blows your mind. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up with a funny, neat little news article. Babylon Bee. New Star Trek series features utopian society somehow surviving without non-binary pronouns. It's talking about Star Trek Picard. Since the original series premiered in 1966, modern science has been unable to calculate the precise number of Star Trek spin-offs, though current estimates are almost as high as the 384 known genders. While spin-offs such as Star Trek Sexy Borg, Star Trek Commie Babble, and Star Trek A Little Something for the Gays all had their own dedicated fan base, and none quite captured the universal popularity of Star Trek The Next Generation, covering such groundbreaking subject matter as androids exploring human emotions, finding a loophole in the Prime Directive, and androids exploring other human emotions. Next Generation inspired sci-fi television and lewd fan fiction for years to come. Now, after more than 25 years off the air, Patrick Stewart is back to reprise his television role as Jean-Luc Picard, the Frenchman with a British accent, and the hotly anticipated Star Trek Picard. As always, the new series takes place within the United Federation of Planets, a utopian intergalactic society that apparently exists somehow without the use of non-binary pronouns. In Picard, the title character is a heterosexual cisgendered white male who, of course, has spent a lifetime leveraging his unearned privilege to achieve a high-ranking position in the military-industrial complex known as Starfleet. The show also features appearances from several other Next Generation alumni, all of whom just happen to be gendered according to their birth sex, rather than selecting from the 452 other equally valid gender identities. Along with the familiar cisgendered faces, Picard introduces a mysterious new character named Daj. I wouldn't know, who we inexplicably know as a girl despite nobody taking the time to ask her gender identity. In fact, the whole universe appears to function perfectly fine for some reason without anyone interrupting the story flow to introduce their they-them pronouns, express outrage at being misgendered, or yell stunning and brave every time an LGBTQP character enters the room. The notion that a futuristic society could operate so flawlessly without including all 576 unique genders might just stretch the fiction in science fiction beyond belief. Other problematic themes in the series include food replicators that clearly use GMOs and disagreements wherein nobody is compared to Nazis. I
love the Babylon Bee. Alright, I'm going to do a video on Babylon Bee pretty darn soon. I've already started it, but I haven't finished it yet. So, anyhow, I'm going to finish this video now. Sorry for stuttering so much. I did have a bit to drink tonight. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Or, I'm actually not going to see you, but you're going to see me in the next video, because, you know, I don't actually see your faces. But hopefully I'll read some nice comments. Okay, bye.